that's what I don't know. Like just this time around when I just left my bangs in the top part alone and I cut the sides and back. No matter how I like flip it, like before it was like I had to be in the right position in order to look good. Now it's like I can just put it and it looks good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
Like
haircuts, man.
Good haircuts. They just work.
They just work. Hey guys, welcome to Nuance. I'm Ian.
I'm Lardson.
And we're back with more Young Justice. I almost said My Hero.
We're here with Hero Injustice Training
Order.
So
last episode... we'll call the notes. Last episode...
Sanity
Last episode... we have the runaways, the new kids that were some of the kids that were kidnapped, and we see a lot of their powers. One of my favorites was Ty's, that he had like the astral form. We had Static.
Why did I?
You do that all the time. You always put Injustice. What?
Like I didn't even think about what I was writing. I just wrote
Injustice. that's what you've been doing.
That's what this is.
But that's what you've been doing this whole time. See, old Injustice. That's soft gig.
That's the only thing on it.
Old Injustice, The Reckoning.
The Reckoning.
Oh boy, we're starting out strong, fellas.
This scenario. See how the paper even got bent?
No, they can't see it.
This is my day.
This is what makes me.
I'm pretty sure if I tossed this pen in the air, it would impale me.
He's had a rough day, guys. Red Volcano was sent in by Lex, and then we had the reveal that Jaime, or the Blue Beetle, is now working with the Reach.
Yeah,
because Green is actually working with the Reach, and it was all a trick.
It was all a ruse that I called.
That
I declined myself.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Translating interlac.
Now does the witness understand?
Do you see this?
It's all of the Poet Watcher. It hardly proves it's true.
The Reach is on Earth. At least someone is taking control of that rogue planet. But the Reach? They gain too much influence throughout the galaxy.
What does this mean? What is the Reach? Millennia ago, they were conquerors, and it took the entire Green Lantern Corps to check their advance. That led to a treaty signed with the Guardians of the Universe. Now the Reach can only lay claim to a world, if invited. But if Earth has invited them, no Lantern may go back there. Ever.
If the Reach controls Earth and exploits or expands its metapopulation, does that not have long-term implications for who rules the galaxy?
There's a long history there. I'll tell you about later.
Is that Darkseid?
No.
Oh. Attention! I am an ambassador of the Reach and claim the Earth as property of the Reach under Guardian Treaty. You are therefore breaching Reach territory. Reverse course.
Request denied. It is because the Reach is on Earth that I am here.
David.
Now what? It is called the War World. A massive artificial satellite, slightly smaller than Earth's moon. It is a mobile doomsday weapon, created millennia ago by a now understandably extinct alien race. It is self-powering. That commander, Mongol, now sits at the War World's helm, which receives and transmits his every thought, allowing him to control all of the War World's functions, trajectory, weapons, and drones.
Wow.
Without moving a muscle.
Yep.
A Death Star controlled by his mind.
Baby.
There's panic across the country and around the world.
Oh boy.
What NASA calls an encroaching planetary body is already having a gravitational impact on the Earth.
No
Tides
thanks.
have altered, and so-called mini tidal waves have become commonplace. The U.S. Weather Service is advising the populace to stay off the water and move inland from the coastlines. And it appears this is only the beginning.
We wish to open negotiations.
But I am uninterested in negotiation. The Earth under the Reach's thumb is too dangerous for my long-term plans. It must be destroyed. And frankly, if you understood what you were in for with the Reach, you'd thank me for putting you out of your collective misery. No.
Is there anybody who can stop that from happening? Oh! Okay. He just teleported to another realm?
He summoned help. Jesus. But even for Fate, that's a lot.
Damage in the grand scheme, but Rocket's protecting Dr. Fate, allowing him to maintain focus on safeguarding Earth. And Captain Marvel, Green Beetle, and I seem to have Mongol's attention.
Good.
Sneaking back.
Because the team's already inside.
Bro.
We're en route to take down Mongol. With no commander, the threat ends.
Beta Squad is en route to the key chamber. We snag the crystal key and the threat ends.
Gamma Squad is en route to disable the Warworld's power core. No power, and the threat ends.
Delta Squad moving into position.
Got 3 backups here. This is bad stuff, bro. One of these options are gonna do something.
Yeah. One of these works, we're fine. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what Vandal's plan is here. Because Vandal was the one who told him to go destroy Earth.
He didn't tell him. It's just like...
The Reach is a problem, no. To the one guy who blows up planets.
Dude, look at freaking my boy Impulse.
Beta to Watchtower! We've been spotted!
The Warworld knows we're here!
Yeah, bro.
A little warning might have been nice. Take cover. Come on, we're close.
He's a little bigger than, you know, the other guy.
He is a big one.
This is your attack force? I'm insulted.
Learn to cope.
Alright, well...
No, Wolf again? Stop! Oh.
Little Kryptonian. So proud of your powers. Did you truly believe yours was the only race to come from a world with a red sun?
Oh. Sorry, Wonder Girl.
Nap time, ugly.
I like that. It smells like victory.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. Where's your laser?
I don't think it's gonna matter, bro.
Really not understand. But it seems the mercies of Mongol are not appreciated. So we will do this the hard way. And the Warworld will unleash all its weapons upon the Earth. You're welcome.
God, Keith David's such a good voice. I freaking love him so much. He's gonna push him. Count covers so much, though.
Delta to Watchtower. Bioship estimates that Fate, the League, and Delta are neutralizing 64% of the Warworld saturation attack at the source. But that's not going to cut it.
Watchtower estimates that Earth's military forces will neutralize a further 13%. Then, to protect the Reach's investment, mobilize the fleet.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey guys, guess what? Philippine Sea, huh? Yeah.
have sacrificed 2/3 of our fleet to successfully safeguard the Earth for the time being.
Pests.
He's rocked! Take him! Wonder Girl, now!
And I'll just take this for safekeeping.
That's
Huh?
that sound effect is the same sound effect from Phantom Menace.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever the
laser walls?
Yeah.
Well, the gang's all here.
Blue, what are you doing? No. Not again.
Arsenal, no!
I will not be taken again.
Here!
Why?
Don't waste the oxygen, hermano. There's very little left in here.
Quite the value indeed.
So, that ended differently than expected, I think.
Ended a little differently.
Yeah.
I was expecting us to dive deeper into the court, and then we got a taste.
We did.
And then the world almost ended, and now the bad guys have bad things.
I mean, look.
From the good guys.
If we can take good from the world's alive, you know, the world didn't get destroyed.
And 2/3 of their fleet is gone.
2/3 of the fleet is gone, so you know.
I don't know what that rock is worth, but they said that was worth it.
Well, to be fair, though, that is what was powering the war world.
Oh.
So, it's worth a decent amount.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Not only did they lose 2/3 of their fleet, the fleet had to go public.
Yeah. So now they know.
That came out, and then we hopefully we'll be able to deal with that soon. But I can't believe I never this whole time. Sorry. The guy that plays Aquaman is the same voice actor for Green Beetle and Ambassador. I knew Green Beetle, but I didn't know he played. I don't know why I didn't catch it. It sounds like Phil Lamar. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, that hopefully that, because I mean, everything that the Reach have done to like make us look bad, I'm really hoping that we get to deal with that issue. It's like, hey, it's just this one ship of friendliness that we've brought here. Just an army. It's like, yes, you're an army hidden, right?
G. Gordon Godfrey's gonna be like,
it's fine.
Arr.
It's fine.
Aliens trash it.
But I mean, he ain't wrong on this point.
Yeah, no.
If he were to do that. So we already knew that. Unfortunately, Blue's been taken over. But that was unfortunate. He has now captured a good chunk of the team. The only one we have, I think, is Nightwing, and technically McGann, she's captured by somebody else, but
and Arsenal.
So I mean, so far he's there.
We've got 3, and then we have Captain Atom and.
Well, I'm talking about the team, not the league. Captain Atom's part
I'm
of
just saying
the league.
people who could probably deal with him.
True, but they don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So, mighty unfortunate. But yeah, freaking the league. Whenever that. First off, Warworld. Let's talk about that. Is a massive force to be reckoned with. First, it has the Death Star. That was the whatever cannon he said it was called, like the Greater Cannon or whatever.
Yeah.
It was going to destroy the Earth in a matter of seconds, which probably would have been fine compared to how long treacherous torture it would have been to be torn apart by those little extra missiles and whatnot.
Yeah, slow nukage across the planet versus just an incineration. There's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah. Regardless, we didn't want to die, so we will just ask you to stop. But the fact, I love what you were asking, like, is there anybody that could stop this? And then literally a second after, I'm here. Fate will intervene. I still have a bone to pick with him, but he saved us. So
I didn't know he could be that powerful.
Yeah,
but most of the time I see him fighting
villains.
What's his name? Clarion.
The Witch Boy.
And since they're both supernatural entities, it's kind of hard to
balanced
see
for them.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see their full scale when they're fighting each other versus when they fight like regular people.
But even Fate has his limits where he could only cover a portion, which was still good, a good amount.
60%.
Well, he was covering a good chunk of it. The rest of the league was also helping. So him plus the other leaguers were taking out 64%, which unfortunately 46% still would have destroyed a good chunk of the Earth.
It would have destroyed the Earth.
There'd probably be nobody alive.
Yeah, no.
And then the world forces, like all the different military forces from around the world, came in and was like, yo, I know we're kind of, we hate each other in this end of the world, but we gonna die if we don't work we don't work on this. So they took out another 13%, which is quite impressive considering what they're using against Warworld.
Yeah.
And then of course the bad guys, the Reach, had to to protect our investment, send the fleet. And that's a good wipe out of the fleet.
But now they have a rock that has the energy levels of the sun,
and they could possibly, they could also use the Warworld if they wanted to. But I mean,
partially broken.
The thing is that again, they don't know that Beetle took it. So, they don't know that Beetle took them out. So. If the Reach all of a sudden had the crystal, that would be suspicious. Excuse me. So,
if Arsenal can get back.
Boy, that's still so rough. Freaking Arsenal. I understand that he had a real bad PTSD moment there, but that still to this day he really frustrates me.
He was ready to vacuum out everybody.
He's like, "Feck you all! I'm out. I'm putting an end to this." I mean, he wasn't like screw you guys. It was he was tunnel vision.
Yeah, he was gonna do whatever it takes.
He needs to stop him,
the bad guy,
so
down.
I can survive this or get away from this. I don't think he's so much scared of dying. He just doesn't want to get captured and put in the pot again. So yeah, Saphir got shot out of the air vent, which is really sad. But I mean, it's a computer that doesn't breathe, so
can transform.
She should be fine. I don't know if she's capable of flying through space, because they used the ship, Megan's ship.
She doesn't need to breathe
again, right? But I'm just saying, I don't know if she can fly.
As long as she has any form of propeller, she can just get back. If you think about it.
True. Yeah. But yeah, that was unfortunate that she got shot because she couldn't help against Beetle. And as we've seen, Beetle can't do anything towards apocalyptic weapons. So chances are she not do anything against, but they have a weird incompatibility.
And
so considering that
magic,
that
right?
Sphere is he seems to have some kind of aversion to magic. But since Sphere is of new gods, then chances are there's an incompatibility between her and Beetle as well.
She could just zap him or something.
I don't know. That would be interesting. Just fly swatter. She just turns into a fly swatter.
I could just imagine. It may not be on the same scale as the way Kryptonite works on Superman, but it's definitely a weakness.
For sure.
Because the last time he got blasted with it, it was like a giant hole.
Yeah, and it was suit. Because Calder just had his hand and used his electricity
he was literally
on him.
just like.
And so it was like a burnt hole, like something burned away the armor. But it was almost like it had been like just a piece had been ripped off, not broken. It was weird. It was like a weird torn chunk. Like it was a very thin layer, but it was I don't know. It's interesting. But I don't know if they know that, because nobody was there other than Calder and to see the magic affect him. Everybody else was out.
Because Tim Drake tried to hit him with a boomerang. Did nothing.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have anything that has magic on it.
Well, yeah, but if you know something's not gonna work on somebody, you're not just gonna
Well, no, because it can still hurt him. He's not invulnerable. It's just magic is like a huge weakness. It's just like I think he was hoping that it would at least distract him or at least like make him flinch or hurt a little bit. But I think the problem is it also kind of went off at the back of him, which is the huge chunk thing.
It hit the storage container, which was holding the rock.
Yeah, so I think he was mainly trying to like not hurt him, but like maybe break it open to get the rock, maybe. But yeah, I don't think Tim was just. I think it was probably possibly a mixture of things, like things are going down, need to act fast, and so he just threw one of his weapons. So it's whatever.
But yeah, no one who could deal with alien level tech was there.
No, they could. One Connor could probably beat him unconscious.
Those sonic waves messed him up. Dude.
That's true. Those hurt. Well, I'm just saying like.
I'm saying
physical
like,
contact. He's not.
Well, yeah, no. He's not gonna be invulnerable.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the only people who could deal with that situation, like Megan can, because she can just penetrate his mind and break him. But Connor and them can't do that. So
no, I think the problem was that Blue caught them off guard because they weren't expecting him to just turn on them.
Yeah.
Like it was the shock of him knocking Impulse out, and then that's when he shot the sonic wave at the rest of them. They were like, what? And then boom. And then Connor's unfortunately him and Cassie were dealing with Mongol and
the
this
body,
big boy guy who they're semi having a struggle with. And then after Blue just rams Connor and shoots him out towards the wall, he just kind of like catches it with one hand and flips it. And he has like the full power of the armor, I guess, on his.
Yeah.
Just kind of without Jaime kind of being in control of it. Yeah, I think a good majority of that was that they got caught off guard. They probably would have had a better chance. I don't know how much of them would have come out on top after that, but
I still think that the only people with the I know Nightwing would have the combat experience not to let something like that get in the way. Like if he saw one of his teammates go down, he would immediately react. It wouldn't be like oh my god. It would be like, I have to act regardless of the circumstances. I have to act because that's the way I was trained.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Yes, but like it's a different thing when these kids, like a lot of these new guys have been working with Blue for a while. Like we don't know how long everyone has been on the team, so it's a shock for them to like just see all of a sudden their friend turn code on them and there was no sign of that happening. Yeah, no. Like if someone like, I don't want to say this, but like if someone were to if Arsenal turn on the team, it would still be crazy because like he's still good and he's still good and he has good intentions. He has a bit of anger in him, but like there's not like that. It wouldn't have been, I guess, as much of a shock maybe if it were him instead of Blue. But just like there were no signs of him being against the team. Like this whole time he was like, I want this thing taken off my back because it's at risk of me taking over the world. Yeah. So that whole like him just turning on them all of a sudden was just like, what the heck? And also they were kind of out of it after dealing with the crap that they were, especially the Connor and oh my god, freaking Connor slammed on that guy's knee, man. Just
It'd deal with that entire situation.
Oh god, yeah. Him, Cassie, they were just manhandled. And then, luckily, Roy didn't get hit too much, considering he can't take as much physically because he's a human.
I was very scared that missile hurt him because he fired the missile at point blank
grabbed
and
the thing
stopped
and he shot him back.
Like,
I mean, he went unconscious.
That would have hurt like hell.
He went unconscious afterwards. So, he probably has a concussion, a slight concussion.
Burns?
Whatever, it's fine.
It's like a grenade going off in your face without the shrapnel.
It's fine. But yeah, we saw I think this is the first time we saw all because this was just after the reveal that Blue is working with the Reach now. We saw the Reach basically looking through his eyes with a monitor. So I'm not that could be implying that they have a control over him more. Like now they have they're controlling him kind of a thing.
I think it's more of that they're just. Because the
fact that they have that kind of a connection to it,
this was something that I pointed out in the last episode was it seemed like they had a way of connecting to the beetle itself, but that it wasn't interacting properly the way that they wanted it to. So
they might now they have that connection with it.
They might.
They did before.
Oh, one thing I did want to the kangaroo court at the beginning.
What?
Kangaroo court is a term for a jury that's been
court.
Paid. Yeah, that's been
paid
off.
Kangaroo cord.
No. The kangaroo court. They're being paid off, and this is a universal tribune.
Yeah, it was funny because it wasn't just it was
or is it galactic? Is it a galactic tribune?
I think it's galactic.
It's just the galaxy, right?
I think. I don't remember, but it wasn't just It was who could pay the most. Basically, it was because it was whenever they were talking about the league or the members, they didn't call them league obviously, but why does this keep going? I'm sure the bribes have gone through, and then the other one said the accusee haven't paid, and then it was what? Animals.
Animals.
So it's an interesting court system here. Well,
Whoever pays the most.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I'm murderer walks free today. He paid $8 million.
I think it was more so it was.
Not all I can do.
Well, we can't do anything about it. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I feel like. I have no idea. What?
And
is there any limits on that? Yeah.
But we are getting to see more of what I was curious about from before. This was back season 1.
Okay.
I was curious about how much sway Vandal held on a galaxy or universal level when it came to people. Mongol's pretty high up there if he's roaming around in a world-destroying planet.
They said it before. It was I think it was Bars who was telling the League that he had been a dictator of a planet, but then he got pushed out. And Mongol wasn't he was obviously he had influenced him to go, but it wasn't just hey, go check this out for me, will you? It was he was spreading rumors to incite something. He's can you imagine what they would do if they got the Earth? And then just can't have this. So yeah, there's definitely something going on with that. You mentioned before, there's you were wondering what you don't know what his plan would be, and if in fact he incited him to do something, he has to have some intention for sending him there.
And he also has to have enough clout on a galactic level
to be let in.
Yeah, for someone of Mongol stature to be I could hear this guy's words out.
It was funny though, because it doesn't seem like they necessarily know who he is, because there was the remark. There was the remark. He's Vandal Savage. He controlled us.
Why would savages?
Yeah, why would one savage do that to another? It's okay.
Well, all right.
All right, douchebag. Freaking lawyer. I'm not sure if he'll just kind of snuck his way in, or came in as somebody else, or it's just just somebody who was what are the people that they have to come watch the
proceedings.
Proceedings. I was gonna say procedure.
Yes, scalpel. They're dead.
we're going to amputate their arm. No, yeah, just the proceedings, the people that they let to kind of. I don't know much about
an official term.
I'm
I thought they were just viewers.
I don't know what's the reason. Like, who do they let in other than like the people like associated with the person, like friends and family, right?
Yeah, I think it's friends, family, people who would be impacted.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and this because people who impacted was probably a lot of people, so he could have just came in posing as someone of that regard.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't even need clout necessarily.
Just show up.
Yeah, he could maybe forge some kind of interplanetary papers, whatever.
Still on that note, like he either has clout or he's just that persuasive because he looks human, like he's a human being. He's not
but
like,
there are
he's not an
species
alien.
there are species that look similar, like while they wouldn't necessarily look exactly, but there are some that could look similar to humans. Like the difference with like and on Rand, I mean they were green, right? I think they were green, but they looked pretty humanoid, except for the dad looked a little human. But she looked pretty human for the most part. It was just her skin was tinted green. So I mean, there chances are there's somebody that looks human. They're just not on Earth. They're just considered somebody else, like kind of on when they showed Guardians of the Galaxy, there was Earth, and there was this where the Nova Corps was at. They looked human. I don't think they're considered humans per se, but I don't think they're on Earth because. Whenever we're on Earth, we don't have anything like that, like the Nova Corps. I don't know if you're ever watching Guardians.
It's been a while.
Okay, well, they look human. I don't know, it might be something like that. Regardless, yeah, he was. What's kind of funny is that they have, which is very helpful. I feel like we should come up with something here, but that's super advanced. I feel like is basically a translation console.
Oh yeah.
Like, better.
Get it now.
Oh man. But yeah, it's not like
I just love that most of the league, like 80% of the league, isn't even human beings. Like most of them don't originate from Earth. Well, and he's talking down to Superman, who isn't from Earth. He's from Krypton.
But he's technically considered an Earthling because he spent most of his life there. Since birth.
You Earthling. And he's like, I mean, yeah, I guess. Like, as much of an Earthling as, I don't know, are you from here? Whatever this place is?
I think for them, at this point, at least in this regard, I think it's more so like where you reside. Like
where your allegiances
like
lie.
Houstonians or whatever. I think that's what they're called. We're called Houstonians or something.
Yeah.
And, other places. Whatever. I think it might be sort of like that when they're kind of addressing him in that regard because they know he's a Kryptonian. Yeah, because Hawkwoman or Hawkgirl is a Thanagarian, I think. Thanagar? Is that the right place? I think that's right, guys. I'm sorry if it's not. What's it? Wonder Woman's there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like the main. It was the main five.
Yeah, I believe so. And there's John Jones, who's a Martian, who's a Martian. Yeah. Jesus, my brain is not working today.
Batman's the only human, and he didn't say anything.
Well, nobody else really did. The only one talking was Superman. John was talking to the rest of the group quietly whenever the Reach. Whenever the news of the Reach came to court, they're like, what is the Reach? And then Jon Stewart, what?
Technically, Superman is the smartest, I guess. Because he can learn at an infinite rate if he so chooses.
He's a quick... I don't know. It's weird. Like, he could pick up things the fastest, but he hasn't, like, sought his way. He knows, like, a bunch of languages, I'm pretty sure. It depends on the freaking iteration. I don't know this. I don't know about this one.
That's what I mean. Like, he has the capabilities to learn.
Yeah, I don't know about this iteration.
100,000 times.
Certain iterations don't go into just, like, how smart he can be, so I don't know how smart he is here. He's not an idiot. But I'm just saying, like, he spoke well here. Like, so I don't know. But, like, the thing that I was going to go into is that Jon Stewart, whenever him and John Jones were talking, or Martian Manhunter, that, when he was like, what is the Reach? And John knew what they were. He's just like, they had a treaty with the Lanterns. Like, they can't go onto a planet where there's a Lantern without being
welcomed.
Yeah, they have to be welcomed or invited.
Yeah.
And then once that happens, they
invited them.
They can't be. It's like a vampire.
Yeah. So like, now Lanterns can't be there.
Yeah. So
Where's that mouthy guy? The one you talked about, the Lantern.
Right,
Hal
Jordan. He
is still there.
Here's the thing. Like, whenever you're a Lantern, your station is, wherever you're stationed, but you don't have to be there all the time. Yeah. Sometimes they'll go to Oa, which is where the
Lanterns are from.
Yeah, basically where the power is and where the Guardians are.
There's different. You told me there's different types of lanterns. There's green, yellow.
There's green, yellow. There's blue, violet, pink. Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay.
There's a few. Not an absorbent amount of colors, and there's orange and red. Orange and red are pretty bad. Orange is avarice, and there's really only one because he's greedy because of the power. He uses the power source to create like Goonies that are really just conjurations. They're not real. So. But it's really just him, and then there's red, which is rage.
Good.
That's pretty bad. Yellow is fear. Violet and indigo, and blue. Anyway, no, I think it's just blue and indigo, and then there's pink. Blue's hope. Indigo is intelligence. I can't remember what that one is exactly. Pink, I believe, is love. And then yellow's fear. I think. Did I already say that one?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple others that are more ancillary or just situational that come up, and not a whole lot of those. I could be wrong with that. I don't know like the whole lore of all the rings stuff. Like whatever.
I was just wondering if there were other colored rings because I was curious of like how far they're spread out and if certain colors stick together. And
there's a Green Lantern movie. Which is the only reason I know about or have a knowledge of something that they were talking. Was it the Reach, or I think it was Barstow who was talking about the creation of the war worlds that was created by this now extinct alien race that created this weapon. And I don't know if it's kind of a very general description of the race, but like I'm wondering if there's this world called Quar, I think, in that movie. For those that know what I'm talking about, the Green Lantern movie, the animated one, what's it called? Emerald Knights? Or is it the show? It's Emerald Knights, where the alien race that basically created the power source, or not power source, but like there was the power source of somebody found the power source of the yellow ring, or that for a yellow energy source.
Oh.
And then they created like an encasement field, and then they created the first ring to channel that power. In which somebody named Sinestro, who was originally a Green Lantern, he took that ring and became the first Yellow Lantern. He's a bad guy, because he'd been wanting that power source for a while to overthrow the Guardians, because he didn't agree with how they did things. I'm just wondering if that's what the race are talking about, is those weird, these strange creatures that created it. Quasar? I think that's the planet. Quasar. Is that the thing, guys? I don't know if that's what they're talking about. I don't know if that was been confirmed or not, but I just thought it was interesting that they brought that up, like this alien race that created the world weapon, and I don't remember if the power source was created by them as well. But that's just what that just kind of came to mind when they were talking about that right then and there. The whole thing with Mongol. First off, I know who Mongol is. There was like the weird thing I don't know. I know your face was because that you thought he was Darkseid, or you were wondering if he was Darkseid.
He just looks like he's the same race. Probably.
Yeah, I gotcha. I don't
but like gray.
He might be. I don't know about that, but I don't think he is, but he could be. But there was the look between him and Superman.
Yeah, that's why I thought he was Darkseid, because I thought Darkseid's lore was that he was like a mortal enemy of Superman.
Superman has a lot of mortal enemies. There's Brainiac. There's another one. No, him and Mongol have a passive too. Like I think he had put him into slavery at one point on a planet where he didn't have his powers. I think there are different versions. Mongol has also tried to. There was a point. Him and Mongol have a history. Let's just say that to make the long story short. Him have a pretty bad history. I don't know how much of it was put in that, but I think that was just obviously he's not new in this world, but he's new to us for those just watching the show. But no, yeah, the fact that he controlled the war world with his mind, that is
with his mind.
Thanks for this episode. Young Justice, hope you enjoyed it. If you want to stick around for the next episode, please hit the subscribe button. Or if you want to see it early, go and check out Patreon, where you can do it for early access. We're doing our best to keep that up. We'll keep in touch.